Page 64, Etude in G. New chapter. I just had a review right before this. If you have any questions on the review, you're welcome to ask. The answers are in the back of the book. It is important that you understand all of this, please. If you don't, you might need to go back, review everything again. Don't be in a hurry to get through the book. On this page, they're introducing you to the G 5-finger position. Well, you can have any 5-finger position, and the name of the position is just the bottom note in it. We've had C position here. There's a lot of C positions, but the music tells you which one. Well, now with G position, the G is going to be the bottom note somewhere, and the music tells us where, which right now is going to be here. And that's G 5-finger position. Whoopie-doo. Now they're introducing key signatures. Well, you've actually had key signatures all along, but it was empty, so you couldn't see it. I suggested on an earlier video that maybe you go to my scales playlist, musical scales, and start doing the C major scale. You just do it for a few minutes at the beginning of the day, or your first practice or whatever. Don't spend a lot of time on them, but it needs to be done day after day after day after day. That's what's important. Here we're in the key of G. So what is the key of G? Well, we'll add a lot of, this isn't a key like a note on a piano. That's a different key. They got one word with different meanings. The key of G means that there's one sharp involved, and it is an F sharp. So it means when you're playing in the key of G, all the Fs are going to be automatically played as F sharps instead of F natural. We've been in the key of C. You didn't know it, but we did. That's why I suggested the C major scale. The C major scale doesn't have any sharps or flats in it. It uses only the white keys. Well, the key of G has one sharp. If you look at Etude in G at the beginning, after the clef sign, you see the sharp signs? That's it. If a note were on those lines where those sharp signs are, that would be an F. But when it's in the key signature, it means all the Fs. It doesn't matter where they are. All the Fs are automatically F sharp. Now, if I look at this Etude over here, I see there are no Fs. Well, that's fine. You don't have to use them. But the sharp has to be in the key signature. Whether you're using an F or not, if it's in the key of G, you need an F sharp in the key signature. And it's always an F sharp, never anything else. Now I could go into more depth than I will as we go through this, but that should get you by for now. We're in the key of G for the next few pieces. And we're going to be using the G position, which means we're going to be using some F sharps. Let's look at Etude in G over. I assume you know all these notes in the music. They're like 4 new ones being introduced. I show them at the bottom. Memorize those as quickly as you can. You need to know the names of those notes instantly in the music eventually. Now, Etude in G, 2 lines long, treble and bass clef, 1 sharp in the key signature. See, now we got to add that to our the key signature. 1 sharp in the key signature. We're in the key of G. So now you need to go to my scale video on G major and do that 1 octave up and down. Start working on the G major scale. And it's a 4/4 time. We got quarter notes and half notes and whole notes. We can do all that. Now I'm going to take both hands together because it's only one hand or the other playing. They don't play at the same time. So we're in G position here. And I know that because in the left hand the first note is a G and they've got a 5 under it. That tells me a little finger. That puts me there. And in the right hand when it comes in, it's a 1 on G. That puts me here. So it's the G position. And it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. This is about it. You just play it up in here. You can add the articulation if you want. The phrasing. You're lifting up here just so there's a little silence. You lift up. Well, you have to lift up. It's a repeated note, but it's a little more of a lift. So, dynamics, well, this is something you really need to practice soft, in the middle, and loud. All of them, to get the idea. I mean, normally when you're practicing the scales, you would do those real soft, in the middle somewhere, and real loud. But here you just real soft. How soft can you play it? Don't use the soft pedal. You gotta do it with the hands. And then you play it somewhere comfortably in the middle. And then you play it loud. And let the wrist collapse on it. Don't stiffen up and play with a tight wrist. No. Play it loud. Practice these things on these. Speed-wise, keep it comfortable. It's not real fast, and it's not real slow. It's somewhere in the middle. Let's play it together slowly and make sure you got the notes and rhythms okay. I'll give us 4 counts. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.